This is quite unfortunate. A 17-year-old sales girl by the name of Favor Uka has been brutally stabbed to death by her boss at a cosmetic shop in Agege, Lagos State, all because she was sent on an errand but returned late. This incident happened on the 27th of January 2026 around 8:20 p.m. and the boss, who goes by the name of Mary Ezine Ibekwe, who they say is a 30-year-old cosmetic shop owner, was said to have sent her sales girl, 17-year-old Favor Uka, to go buy an item. Earlier on in the evening, it was said that Mary waited and probably had somewhere to go, but she could not leave the shop until the sales girl returned. But somehow she felt that Favor, wherever she was delaying on purpose. And by the time Favor returned from the errand, somewhere around 8, Mary flared up. She lashed out at Favor, yelling, cursing, insulting, and maybe accusing her of doing other things rather than focusing on the errand. And this lash out, this backlash towards Favor backfired in a moment, because it was said that Favor did not just stand there and take it. Somewhere with her boss yelling, cursing, insulting, belittling her, Favor, the 17-year-old girl, had to buck up to this 30-year-old woman and speak up for herself. But in the process, it seemed as though Mary Ezine became offended that this little girl was talking back, was fighting back, was, challenging her, and somewhere in this verbal altercation, it turned physical, with the boss, Mary Ezine, landing Favor Uka 2 sound slaps. Some sources said the slaps were back-to-back. Some other sources said after she slapped Favor the first time, Favor tried to maintain, but she slapped her again, and this time Favor had to physically defend herself. And I think this just made it worse for the situation, because when Mary saw that this little girl is fighting back, fighting her, she resorted to picking up a kitchen knife from only God knows where in this cosmetic shop that they have, and stabbed her on her chest. This 30-year-old employer picked up a knife to stab her 17-year-old employee on the chest. It was said that Favor instantly collapsed and was rushed to Blue Cross Hospital in Ogba, where they tried to save her life, but they couldn't. Favor Uka died in the hospital from the stab injury. Madam Mary Ezine Ibekwe was immediately arrested, taken into custody, where she explained and narrated the whole story. She's the one also sharing the story. Basically, we are not clear if there are witnesses there who saw the whole thing, but I'm sure there are witnesses who would have seen the whole thing. My only thing is, this was something that did not have to get to this level. A lot of older women who are in their 30s, when working with little girls, there's always this tension. There's always this something there that I can't just place my hands on. And I think the little girl, the 17-year-old girl, trying to stand up for herself and fight back. Many people are saying she was disrespectful. Many people are saying, how would she want to fight her boss? But the thing is, I feel and I believe that it must have been something up to here. It must have been something that was choking to a point that a 17-year-old girl would feel the need to defend herself against her boss. Most people would walk away. But for the girl to have to speak back and also fight back, it shows that she was in a position where that would most likely be the best option, in my opinion. But I don't know why a 30-year-old woman would be fighting a 17-year-old girl, and rather than fight physically, woman to woman, because I still feel like the 30-year-old woman, Miss Mary, would be able to beat up the 17-year-old girl, in my head. So there wasn't need to pick up a knife. If anybody should have picked up a knife, it should be the 17-year-old girl. That is what I'm thinking. I'm not going to be fighting a 17-year-old boy and expect to pick up a knife. Unless maybe I'm impaired, or I'm already injured, or I'm weak, or I'm sick. But at this age, if you're anywhere between 25 to 35 or to even 45, if you're fighting someone who is 17, obviously they are going to be strong. 17-year-olds are quite strong. We get it. But I don't think it will occur to me to pick up a knife. The only time I would want to pick up a knife to fight somebody is when I'm certain that physically I cannot take them. But maybe because I'm a guy, but I would think for women it should be the same. I don't see two women fight and then pick up a knife. That's something men do, or when a woman is fighting a man, that she would have to pick up a weapon. Not a grown-up, big-ass woman like Ezinne fighting a 17-year-old girl and going to pick up a knife. It could be that maybe during the physical fight, the 17-year-old girl was really beating her up. And she was like, oh shit, I started a fire here I can't quench. And you know how things can change when you think you can beat up somebody because they are younger and you're their boss. And during the physical fight, you're saying that this person is actually strong and this person is taking you down, punching you and beating the crap out of you. It's in that moment you now maybe realize that, all right, I backed off the wrong tree. Now I gotta pick up a knife and defend myself. This is not a little child. That could have been the case for her. But at the same time, it didn't have to get to this, in my opinion. It did not need to get to this point of picking a knife. All it has to do is kick her out, fire her, get her to leave. Just fire her. Fire her. I feel like that's the best fight. Why go back and forth with words? Why are you exchanging words with a 17-year-old girl because you sent her to buy an item and let's assume she branched somewhere to go and be with a man. It's not worth exchanging words over. It's just go, thank you, take the item, fire her, and get another person. It's Lagos. People are looking for jobs. But to resort to exchanging words and then slapping her because Ezinne slapped first, twice for that matter. I mean, I'm sure it can't just slap another human being once and get away with it. Talk more of slapping them twice. The girl had to fight for herself. And I'm sure for the 17-year-old favor, for this kind of thing to happen to this point, it must have been happening. She has been maybe dealing with a lot of insults, belittling talks, and all of those things that come with boss who thinks they are God because they gave someone a job. She most likely had enough, and it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. It didn't have to. This is why you got to be careful with your anger. You got to think before you talk or before you raise your hand to hit somebody. It's really not. It's unfortunate. Situations like this, Ezinne Mary herself, when she starts to deal with this police, start to go to court, get charged, get locked up, she's gonna sit back and think back to that moment and realize that, wait, if I had just kept quiet, if I had just walked away, if I had just fired her, if I had not reacted the way I did, because she only has herself to blame. We can sit here and be like, oh, the girl, how would the sales girl fight her back? She was a troublemaker here. She was a problem here. Ezinne Mary, the boss, it's the problem here. And I feel like those of us watching, we got to be careful. I grew up with one of the worst kind of deaths or tragedy that I hate are those ones that could have been avoided if someone had made a different choice in how they reacted. A lot of people are in prison because they reacted too fast, because they were too angry, because in the moment they thought what they were doing was very smart. But that is not the case. That is not the case. You can take, for example, the Alu4 incident. The people who lynched and killed those boys, they are rotting in prison. But at the time they were doing it, in their mind, they thought that was the best thing they could do. They thought they were doing the world. They felt like heroes and gods until the tables turned and now they are ruined forever. Forever. You see how one bad choice can mess up your entire life completely. It's over for you, Mary. It's done. You killed somebody. She's dead. Now you're gone for. And for the favor girl, it's unfortunate what happened to her. Maybe she shouldn't have slapped back. Maybe because now they will say now who die now lose. But she's a child. A 17-year-old girl is a child. I know the world has made women grow older than they should, but a 17-year-old girl is a baby, whether you like it or not. She's not an adult. So I know for her, it may not have occurred to her, but if she was probably brought up in a home where these kind of things are discussed, I'm sure her mother or her parents would have told her to walk away from trouble. Get away from any situation that will hurt you. After the first slap, drop whatever you're doing and leave. Simple. That way nobody gets to stab you. Rather than fight back, insult back for a cosmetic shop that is not your own. Baby girl, leave. If you can insult your boss back and you can able to slap her back, then you're willing to risk the job and lose it. So you might as well just walk away and lose it, rather than see how far you can go to fight back. It's just choices, man. Choices. People, if different choices had been made in this situation, the outcome would have been a lot more different. Bosses and employees fight every day, fight a lot, but we don't see bosses picking up knives to kill employees every other day. When you fight with your boss and insult your boss, then leave. If your employee is doing something messed up, fire them. If your employer is annoying you, pack your Ghana must go, carry your akpati, take your 2 left legs, and go. You don't have to fight over something that is not permanent. So what are we doing? I can imagine the cosmetic shop. What is she selling there in that cosmetic shop? What bleaching cream, I'm sure of. You don't want to fight over a bleaching cream shop. Nobody wants that. So it's really not that serious. Situations like these are unfortunate because there is no need for it to escalate to that point. Now everywhere go blur for Madam Mary. Her entire life will flash before her. She's done for. She's going to jail. That item that she was so mad that the sales girl brought late is of no use to her now. Same as like a bleaching cream shop. It's of no use to her. It's over. Go to jail now. Why the other one is in the mortuary? This would not have happened if they had made different choices. Silence and walk away.